Alright, before I talk about the final 3 games of the Vancouver Canucks season, let me just make one thing clear. I'm not going anywhere. The Canucks might be done for the season, but I'm not. In fact, I've got a cool announcement to make, but that'll come later in the video because first, we've got to talk about Game 80 against the Minnesota Wild. Now, I'm not going to break this one down the way I normally would, because I doubt you guys want to watch some dude dissect a meaningless game one day before the playoffs start, but I was happy to see Marcus MP3 Pettersson score his first goal as a Canuck, and Jake DeBrusk tie his career high with his 27th of the season. Those parts were cool. But let's talk about the least cool part of this game. Minnesota forward Yakov Trenin. This guy just kept getting angrier and angrier, and it all started 3 minutes into the first period when his failed back check led to the Canucks opening the scoring. And it was clear that pissed him off because on his very next shift, he started lashing out in strange ways. Here he is putting his grubby little mitts on Teddy Bluger behind the play. Then, just a few seconds later, Drew O'Connor sent a pass right through him, which I'm sure only made him angrier. Here he is breaking in on a one-on-one, bobbling the puck and getting outmuscled by Vancouver defender Victor Mancini. Side note, here's MP3 crushing a guy. Anyway, in the second period, Trenin's anger continued to fester. You can just tell how badly he wanted to level somebody. Instead, his teammate leveled somebody into him. By the way, the Canuck taking that hit was Ty Mueller. It was the first NHL game of his career, so that's cool. Here's Trenin fanning on a shot and losing possession. Here he is trying to level Nils Höglander, but the Hog was just too damn slippery and he missed. But he learned 0 lessons from that encounter because just a few seconds later, he tried to hit Big Hog again and it didn't go so well. This poor guy is about to throw a hissy fit. Here he is ignoring the puck in the offensive zone just so he could get a little bump in on ELIAS DPD Pettersson. Solid decision-making, Yakov. It's possible he was also pissed because he had only scored 1 goal in his last 25 games coming into this one. Yikes. Anyway, here's where it all boiled over. 4 minutes into the third period, he finally lands the hit he's been searching for. But there's a big problem. The guy he hit was Canucks captain Quinn Hughes, and when you do that, you're probably going to get punched in the face a couple times. And that's exactly what happened. Sticking up for his captain, Derek Forbort grabbed Yakov Trenin, ragdolled him around a little bit, and punched him square in the nose, and the fight ended. And there's no debate about that. In hockey, when both guys or even one guy hits the ice during a fight, it's over. That's why what happened next is a prime example of a grown man throwing a temper tantrum. Just like a grumpy little baby with a full diaper while Forbort was down on the ice defenseless thinking the fight was over, Trenin, unable to control his emotions, punched Forbort in the face, and if it weren't for the ref stepping in, it looks like he was about to throw another one. Not only does this break a hockey code that's existed for the past 100 years, it's just a gutless thing to do. That punch broke Forbort's orbital bone. Look at this guy. What a baby. By the way, this doesn't mean Yakov Trenin is a terrible person, okay? Yes, he acted like an absolute idiot in this moment, and I'm gonna make as much fun of him as I can, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna write the guy off entirely. If I did, that'd just be me throwing a temper tantrum. Anyway, the Canucks lost this one 3-2 in overtime. Now, let's talk about Game 81 against Canucks superfan Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks. Goaltender Nikita Tolopilo was called up from Abbotsford for his first big league start, and he looked great. The 6'6", 25-year-old Belarusian beast stopped 93.8% of the shots that came his way and was a big reason the Canucks won this game. Also playing in his first career game was Russian defender Kirill Kudryavtsev, and I liked what I saw from him too. DPD continued to solidify his roster spot for next season. Here he is beautifully breaking out of his own end and sending the puck up ice, a play that ended in a goal for Linus Karlsson, who is also making his case for being on the opening night roster next season. It was tied 1-1 after 3 periods, so it went to OT and Jake DeBrusk won it with his 28th goal of the season, which is a new career high for him, so that's awesome. Now, on to Game 82 against the Vegas Golden Knights. Kirill Kudryavtsev looked solid in his second career NHL game, and I'm starting to get pretty confident that the Canucks blue line is in good shape for at least the next 3 to 5 years. Linus Karlsson looked fantastic again. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of what this guy can bring to the team next season. I think he's really flourishing playing under Manny Malhotra and Rick Tocchet. He's solid defensively, he's feisty, he's sound positionally, and he's even been showing signs that he's got an offensive side worth taking note of as well. I like him. Anyway, Vancouver only scored 1 goal in this game, and it was Puce the Shooter who got it. That's his 25th goal of the season, and he's set to become an unrestricted free agent on July 1st, and I just hope the Canucks can find a way to re-sign him before that happens. But more than that, I hope they find a way to re-sign Brock the Brockstar Besser, because picturing him wearing another team's uniform makes me want to puke all over myself. I also think he's an essential part of this team, but what do I know? Anyway, Vancouver lost the final game of their season 4-1 to the Vegas Golden Knights. So what now? Well, I do plan on diving deeper into what went wrong for the Canucks this season, but I'm gonna need a minute to process everything first, so expect those videos to come out in the summer. In the meantime, the NHL playoffs are about to start, and I do intend to cover them in the same way I cover the Canucks, except I'm not cheering for any of the teams. In fact, I kinda hope they all lose, but unfortunately that's not possible. I'll be following one series each round all the way up until the Stanley Cup final, and the one I've chosen to cover for round 1 is, drumroll please, what the hell was that? Anyway, I'll be covering one series per round, starting with the Battle of Ontario. That's right, for the next 2 weeks, I'll be covering the first round matchup between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators. Yeah! I know. Anyway, thank you to these wonderful knuckheads for clicking the join button and becoming channel members. It helps support what I do, and I appreciate it massively. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Petey, with this being the last game of the season, and you've seen this fan group go with you in the ups and the downs, and the Petey chants with it as well. What can you say to these fans during the last game of the season?
Yeah, you guys always show up. It's a true blessing playing here. I'm really grateful being here, and yeah, we truly appreciate all you guys' support.
Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know that 2 of my other videos just popped up on the screen, and you should probably keep watching them. I think it would be best for all of us. So just click one or tap one, whatever, if you're on your phone or your computer or your TV. I don't know if you'd click a button. Just keep watching my videos.